Well, first of all, I want to tell you about a company I just invested in. And I want you to criticize it or tell me if it's awesome.
Okay.
Oh, you actually read it. Okay. So we just did a podcast a second ago and Sean talked about angel investing. I've been doing a little bit of angel investing now. And my whole thing is I'm doing this thing called a syndicate. I almost did a rolling fund like you, but I didn't really want like a full-time job. So I was like, I'll just do this. So it's deal by deal, or not a full-time job, but whatever it is for you.
Right.
And my premise is this, and you confirmed it a little bit by your reaction. What I'm trying to do is find interesting deals that other angel investors who I think are smarter than me, or other like firms who are smarter than me, are also investing in. But I try to find them where they're explaining the company really poorly, and I'm spending time with the founder, listening to them, and then I'm rewriting a memo about the company and I'm sending it to people to invest in, and it's kind of working. So I sent you one deck, and it was really bad. It was confusing. And then I just rewrote it, and you're like, oh, I want to invest in this company maybe.
Yeah.
And it worked. And
I was kind of gushing. I was like, dude, did they write this memo? Like, who wrote this memo? I was like, this is the best investment memo I've ever read. You were like, dude, shut up. I just wrote this in 20 minutes. I was like, no. Trust me. I read a lot of these things. And I was like, the memo was so good that I had to separate the writing, which was really entertaining and persuasive and likable, from the business. Cause I was like, dude, I don't want to just like convince myself this is a good business. I want it to be a good business. I love pitches where the founder can just barely explain what the hell they're doing. But then I'm like, oh, that makes total sense. And I'm like, yes, that's like, you get it. You're not like a salesman. So I'm not like going to invest in this like hand wavy shit. It's like, no, it's real and it's working. And you're explaining it in kind of this nonchalant way, but it's actually super legit. You just don't like get really excited and animated, and you don't have great words to describe it yet. And actually, I can help you with that. It sounds like you're thinking about the same thing. I'm actually just thinking I'm going to simplify my thing, which is like just helping them with their landing page and their communication, because almost every company I invest in, their landing page kind of sucks. And landing pages are really hard to make good, but they need a lot of help. And it's like something that not every other investor is offering to do for them. And they actually are not that good at doing it. And so anyways, as I got off topic, but your memo was really great. I actually want to like publish it in some way without like, I don't know what you can do, but like, I feel like that should be public. I want to point to that and be like, this is great writing. Here's why.
You can go to, if you like, go to AngelList Hampton VC and you can invest if you wanted to, or you could even just say you're going to invest and then like look at it. And then once it's done, you can publish it, or I'll publish it. But this company, it's lobby.com, LOBBIE.com. It's so funny because he actually did something really good. Basically, and this kind of sounds like simple and negative, but it's a cool company. I've invested in it. It's basically software that helps doctors schedule appointments, or patients schedule appointments with doctors in just a good way. And it's kind of like an archaic space. But he was like, we're making the lobby digital, and that's so much better than saying we are creating software that's just a CRM for a doctor's office. And I'm like, they're like, no, we're making the lobby digital. We're going to save people so much time. And so basically the software, what it does is you can schedule an appointment online, and they'll alert you if the doctor's running late. And when you get in the parking lot, you can tell them, so you just wait in your car, and they'll tell you when to come in, yada, yada, yada. I mean, it's like, the interesting thing about it is the guy has already started and sold the company in the space, and it's at worst going to be okay. At best, might be big.
Right.
Anyway, I just thought it was so interesting how it was digitizing the lobby or the waiting room of healthcare. And I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's so cool how they repositioned that to make something that isn't that cool sound kind of
cool.
neat.
Right. Yeah. That's a skill. That's like a superpower in and of itself. I don't have a ton of thoughts on the business itself, so I don't have too much to add there, but I agree with you. Basically, the most interesting part of talking about lobby was your memo was so damn good, and I think we should show it to people so that they could see how do you make a business seem really juicy to be a part of, to invest in, because I think you did a good job of that.
Well, that's what we're going to do. So I'm doing it with Joe, and you and I will probably do a bunch together, I hope, where I'll invest in yours and you mine. And the whole thing is, I'm not trying to sell people. I'm not trying to convince people to do it. You either want to do it or you don't. Like, I'm not going to try and convince you to do it, because that's kind of unethical. But I just want to paint the business in the most positive light, or at least what I believe it to be accurate. Like,
right.
It is cool, and I want to make sure you know it's cool. And I think that this whole copywriting thing for angel investing might end up being a hit.
Yeah, I think it'll be easy for you to get people into your round because people like you and the memos are good. So I think those will be good. I have a company I wanted to tell you about. That's a cool company that I think you're going to have a good opinion on. So, have you seen what Keith Rabois